Tim, why are we down here grandstanding on this issue rather than being in the state assembly working on a budget as we're supposed to be doing?
Why don't you go get your lawnmower, Steve, and help out a little?
I'm not grandstanding on this issue, Tim, and by the way, this isn't even in our district. This is McEnany's district, not the 108. Time to do the people's work, Tim. Put in a 5-day work week like the rest of us. Gentlemen, this is what you're seeing. You're seeing a circus down there in Albany. You're not seeing any real work being done. My name's Steve McLaughlin. I'm running against Tim Gordon just because of this type of stuff. And by the way, while we're on the subject, he owes the New York State Troopers an apology for lying to them and storming the governor's security detail the other day. I find it ridiculous. I find it offensive as a taxpayer. The reason we're in this mess is because of the budgets that Tim Gordon voted for. That's the truth.
What about his comment that you should be out here mowing the lawn too?
That's not my job to mow the lawn. The job is, first of all, an assembly candidate and I'm working a full-time job in a bank as well as running for office. Tim Gordon has time to grandstand like this because they're not even putting in a full work day as we try to get a budget crafted.
Last year,
I took my lunch hour to come here. You'll notice that it's noon, so I get an hour for lunch and I shot down here to deal with this situation because I find it ridiculous that he's down here grandstanding. Rather than work on a state budget, this is what we're getting out of Albany. Circus sideshow. The other day, 23 or 27 of them stormed the governor's security detail and did a sit-in. Unbelievable. It's unbecoming of an assemblyman, but that's what we get. He owes the governor's security detail an apology, and I'm calling for that publicly right now. The people absolutely want the parks open. There's not a person in this state that wants to close these parks, but the reality is what Tim Gordon and the rest of his cronies don't want to deal with is the fact that we are $9 billion in the hole because of their wasteful taxes and spending year after year after year. So all we get from Tim is that we shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do that. He never comes forward with what we're supposed to do, which is come forward with a balanced budget. By the way, the budget he voted for last year increased spending 9% and increased taxes $8 billion.
So what's your idea to balance it?
My idea to balance the budget is to start at the top. Don't hurt the working people. Don't start at the bottom with these state workers. Start at the top. I'm going to ask anybody making over $100,000 to give back 5% of their salary in state service. As an assembly candidate, I can tell you right now I'm donating 10% of my salary back to this district. I'm going to ask the business community to join me by donating $108. We're going to take that money, we're going to pool it together, and we're going to give that money away to the people that need it most. Because this state's hurting $9 billion. In actuality, we're hearing now that the deficit may be $15 billion, and next year looks even worse. So what we get is an assemblyman that wants to mow lawns rather than get in the assembly chamber. What he should be doing is demanding that they hold budget committee meetings, which they're not doing.
You accused him of grandstanding, but you made sure to confront him in front of all the television cameras. Why didn't you just pull him aside?
Because you saw what happened when I tried to talk to him. Every time you talk to him, he's going to run away from it. I'll also tell you this right now. I'm challenging Tim to 2 town hall debates per month from now till November. He can name the time, he can name the place. I'll be there.
So how were you able to come here in the middle of the day?
Well, as I said, I have a lunch hour that I took. So like most workers that work a full day, I am allowed to take a lunch hour, which I did. Right after this, I'm heading right back to work until 6 o'clock tonight.
What's your political party, sir?
I'm a Republican and conservative candidate, and I'm seeking the independence line as well.
Say your name one more time.
Steve McLaughlin.